right, let's dive right in. We're going to break down a workflow that is, frankly, a total game changer. Imagine taking a simple thought you have in the morning and turning it into a full-blown public project in just a few hours. For anyone who's ever had a great idea, this is huge.
I know. It sounds a little nuts, right? A process that used to take weeks, sometimes months, and a whole bunch of people can now get done by just one person before dinner. So the big question is, how on earth is that even possible? Let's get into it.
Okay, so first things first, we've got to wrap our heads around a massive shift in how creative work even gets done. The old rules, they're pretty much gone. It's not just about having a brilliant idea anymore. For the longest time, it was all about that million-dollar idea, right? But here's the thing. With AI tools everywhere, everyone has access to creative power. So the real edge, the thing that sets you apart now, is speed. How fast can you bring an idea to life? That is your new secret weapon. Look, we all have ideas. Tons of them. The real roadblock, the thing that's always been the hardest part, is the execution. Actually building the thing, designing it, and getting it out there. Well, this AI pipeline we're talking about, it's designed to just completely smash that roadblock to pieces. So what does this actually mean for you as an individual creator or entrepreneur? Well, it means you can now operate with the kind of power and output that used to belong only to entire creative agencies. Let's look at what that really means.
Just think about how it used to be. You needed a strategist, then a copywriter, a separate designer, a video person, probably a PR team. All these different roles, all costing time and money. With this kind of AI system, a single person can now wear all of these hats, and not just sort of do the job, but do it well, all in a single afternoon.
Now, this is a really important point. We're not just talking about making rough drafts or little bits and pieces. The whole point of this pipeline is to create an asset. And an asset is a finished, credible project, a website, a video, a full campaign that's totally ready for the public. We're turning a thought into a tangible thing, almost in the blink of an eye.
All right, enough talk. Let's get into the nitty-gritty. How do you actually do this? This is the step-by-step playbook, your workflow for making it all happen.
So here it is, the whole roadmap. 7 distinct steps to take you all the way from A to Z. We're going to walk through each one, but you can already see the logic here, can't you? It's like an assembly line, but for your ideas. It's repeatable and predictable. Step 1. It all starts with that little spark of an idea you have. You take that raw idea and you feed it into a tool like ChatGPT. And the goal here is way more than just brainstorming. You're using the AI as a sort of thinking partner to flesh out the idea, sharpen your message, and, this is key, format it into a structured plan that other AIs can understand and work with. Okay, so once you have that structured plan from step 1, you're immediately on to the build phase. You take that output, paste it into a builder tool like Manus, and it starts generating the actual thing. This is where your idea really starts to take shape. But here's the trick. You don't just sit there and watch a progress bar. And this right here, this is the secret sauce. This is what makes the whole thing so fast. While one AI is busy building your project, you don't wait. You get to work on all the other parts at the exact same time. You parallelize. I mean, just look at the difference here, because it's a huge deal. The old way was sequential. You do one thing, then stop and wait for it to finish. Then you do the next thing and stop and wait again. Your work was always grinding to a halt. The pipeline way? No more waiting. While the code is building, the visuals are being generated, there are no delays. This is how you compress weeks of work into a few hours. So exactly. While your project is being built in the background, you're already jumping into another tool, say something like CREART. And in here, you're creating the entire visual world for your project. The logos, the concept art, the images for the campaign. You are the designer and the art director, all happening at the same time as everything else.
All right, next up, you're hopping back over to ChatGPT, but this time you're putting on your PR hat. You prompt it to write up a formal, long-form press release. You want that official, authoritative tone. See, this isn't just about making content. It's about building instant credibility and legitimacy around your brand new project.
Okay, now for a really clever part. Let's call it perception engineering. You take that official press release you just made and feed it into a tool like NotebookLM. And then you tell it to turn that text into things like video scripts, maybe some positive reviews, or conversational commentary. What you're doing is creating the perception that people are already talking about your project.
We're in the home stretch now. It's time to assemble all the pieces.
You grab your visuals, your text, your video scripts, and bring them into a simple editor like Kinemaster. But listen, the key here is to keep it simple, light edits. The goal is to get it published, not to spend days overproducing every little detail. You're optimizing for speed.
And there it is, the final step, distribution. You upload your finished asset to YouTube or whatever platform you're using. You write your title, your description, and you smash that publish button. And just like that, you've gone from a fleeting idea in your head to a finished public project. The whole thing done in a matter of hours. Incredible.
Okay, so we've walked through all the how-to steps. But honestly, the tools are only half the battle. To really, truly make this system work for you, it's not just about the tools you use. It's about how you think. It's about having a producer mindset, not a user mindset.
And this slide says it all, really. A user kind of tinkers. They play with one AI tool at a time, they work slowly, and they end up with a bunch of disconnected pieces. But a producer thinks like a factory manager. They stack different AIs together to build a pipeline. They work in parallel. They are totally focused on one thing, the finished output. It's the difference between just playing around and actually delivering.
So, the big question is, how do you take this whole framework and make it yours? It's about turning this concept into your own personal engine for creating absolutely anything.
I mean, just read that again. Let it really sink in. That one sentence captures this entire revolution. It's not about a few cool new tools. It's about having a system that gives one person the productive power of an entire agency. It's a fundamental change.
And you know, a simple but powerful trick to make this real for yourself is to give your system a name. Seriously, call it your rapid concept to market stack or your zero friction pipeline. It doesn't matter what you call it. The act of naming it makes it a tangible, repeatable process that you own and can use again and again.
So that's it. The tools are here, the workflow is clear. The only question left is the one right here on your screen. You have the pipeline now. So what are you going to create by tonight?